What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Collider Interview Studio at TIFF 2025. We are at the Cinema Center, brought to you by Campari, and I'm so excited to be sitting here celebrating Poetic license. I'm so happy for all of you. Feature directorial debut is such a big deal, Maude. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So, I have seen the movie. I quite liked the movie, but because we're celebrating it as a film festival debut, our audience will not know about it just yet. I'm sure you've done this already. Can you give a brief synopsis of your film?
I actually haven't done this yet. And of all the questions, this was the one I was most nervous about. Okay, so it's about Liz, who is kind of having a midlife crisis. See, watch, I'm just botching it already.
You're on the right track. You're on the right track. You're so close.
Okay, she moves to a new town. Her husband's a professor, so he gets a job at a new university. And so her and her daughter Dora and husband move to this new town, and she's kind of bored and doesn't know what to do. And so she takes a class at the university. She audits a class, and then she meets these two, and things got a little crazy.
That was rock solid.
That was perfect.
That was killer.
That was perfect.
As you jumped into that, it was making me think, because the story is layered and it's multiple versions of a coming of age narrative, it's a difficult thing to put into 2-3 sentences.
I know. I like the idea that it's like a quarter life crisis and a midlife crisis intersecting, and they sort of find each other at these moments of like change in their lives and help each other through it.
Truly very refreshing. I have many questions about making this particular script your feature directorial debut. I'll give you a big two-parter to start here. When this script came your way, what was it about the material that made you think this probably suits the skill set I already had, but also what is it about the material that you thought would challenge you?
Yeah. Well, when I first read the script, I just kind of I read it and I saw it all in my head. Which kind of doesn't happen a lot. Like I was like, oh, I get what this is. It feels nostalgic, but also like kind of modern. And I had no idea like anything about the writer. And so we got on a Zoom with her, and she's my age. She's like a year older than me. And so we just instantly hit it off. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense because the dialogue feels fresh and like, it feels like real young people talking. It doesn't have that sort of like stale, sort of forced. I feel like a lot of scripts that I read about young people have that, and it didn't have that. It felt like she really like captured something, and so I felt really excited about it. I loved the relationship between Liz and Dora. That was a big reason why I love the script so much. And then I loved the relationship between the two boys. It reminded me of like a lot of people I grew up with and my best friends, and so. Yeah, what I thought would be challenging though, I mean everything, because I'd never done it before. So
even having worked in this industry for so long as an actor and seeing your family work in it, seeing your dad direct, what single part of what it takes to direct a feature surprised you?
My gosh, there's so many things, but I mean the thing that just like being decisive, that's what I wanted to work on, because I find that sometimes I'm like a little bit shy or nervous, and there's no time for that. So I really wanted to make sure that I was clear and made decisions in a quick way.
Important part of the process based on the finished product. I bet you did that. I'll make this weird for you for a bit. Leslie, I have to ask about seeing Maude direct her first feature. You obviously know how talented she is, but what is something about the way she carried herself on this set as the leader that made even you go, my God, I knew you were going to crush this, but I never realized you were going to be able to take it to that level?
She was very decisive.
That's the right answer.
Very decisive, very nurturing. And I felt like I was in very capable hands with her, even though it's her first time. And also I loved just with all of them, they have this just young energy that is, they're just excited to be there. And they're excited about, like, the whole process is so fun for them. And you know, like, I have spent a lot of time with older people who will like read just their part in the script, and like they're not not as excited to to be in the process, and these people all were, and it was so fun to be around that energy. And of course, I love being with Maude whenever I can and whenever she'll be around me. And so it was a dream for me. So much fun, like a dream, and I would do it over and over and over again if I could, if she'll let me.
World. Yeah. I love that. I love sharing my work with my family, but it's a completely different thing. So when I see family getting to work together on something like a movie, really just like fills my heart. Cooper and Andrew, I'll come your way with the same question for both of you, because the bromance between your characters, I thought, worked right out the gate. It was super charming. I'm curious for each of you, what is the very first thing you saw in the other, either in prep or on set, that made you stop and go, you are 100% the Ari to my Sam, and vice versa?
It was before we ever were auditioning for this movie. It was when we met doing the movie Saturday Night, which I was here for last year, which Cooper was too busy to be here. And I don't remember when we met. Do you remember when we met?
Yeah, we met.
Oh, when we saw SNL in the city.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, right? Yes. Oh, yes, that is exactly. Yes.
We saw SNL, a taping of SNL.
Yeah, in New York.
And we met, and I will never forget it. And we were just like, even though I just forgot it just now. And we were like,
I'll never forget
walking around in the streets after and just talking. And immediately it was like, oh, we're actually the same age, and we have weirdly a lot in common, even though your character in that movie was 30 and mine was 19.
Yes. A bit older, but it was I mean, I think that we very much just kind of instantly connected and instantly were like really close friends, and like Ari and Sam's relationship is a lot different in a lot of ways, but their instinctual kind of love and wanting to be around each other all the time, and that kind of compatibility is something that I find very, like, it's really kind of nice, because you don't always get that with another actor that you're working with, but I have that fortunately with Andrew. Yeah.
You truly feel it when you're watching the movie, that it is just right. And Leslie, I'll loop you in now to add another layer to it. The three of you, when you're together, like, really feels just right. In particular, I guess, like, the cadence and the tone of the comedy here just feels truly pitch perfect. So can the three of you kind of talk me through maybe figuring that out, if there was any trial and error before you hit it right where it needed to be?
Yeah, I think that there was some trial and error for sure, as there always is. But I think I will say I'll give it up for Maude on this one. Of like, it kind of she created a really kind of creatively dynamic set that you could kind of go and ask her a lot of questions and kind of be like, what is this? She allowed us to play. She allowed us to go off script. She allowed us to ramble for sometimes 20 minutes in a take when she was really feeling generous. But then also we had rehearsals before, and I think during that, like, even though it was like 5 days or something, we found the dynamic. There was things that we learned on set, but the dynamic between the three people, I think, was really kind of dialed in from like the first 5 days.
And the whole movie really is the dynamics of like what it is when the two of us are together, what it is when the two of us are together, when the two of you are together, and then when it's all three of us. Yes. And once we figured that out, and what it is when one of us is witnessing the other two or whatever, like, that's when I feel like the crux of the relationships in the movie were born. And we had so much fun playing with that. And we just wanted to make Leslie laugh most of the time.
Yeah, that's so true.
Wait, I have one somewhat silly follow-up question. Between the three of you, who would win a foot race?
Leslie.
Truly.
Leslie's pretty fast.
I would believe every single time I see someone run on screen, I could feel like I know when the athleticism is true. And watching you run in that scene, I'm like, no, I bet you could really do that.
I wanted to say myself, but it probably is.
I think it's Leslie.
I was trying to do a Tom Cruise run. Like, you know how he does it in Mission Impossible, where his head,
with the knife
his body is going, but his head is like.
Yes.
You sold it.
It was great.
Do you think?
I was very impressed.
Okay, thank you.
You might not beat Leslie in a foot race, but you could walk at 3 miles an hour for a very, very long time.
That's
very impressive. Nico, for you, I feel like this is true of any scene partner in any role, but I love how much an actor can figure out about their character through their movie parents. So can you tell me a little bit about working with Leslie and Method Man, and maybe what you discovered about Dora that maybe you wouldn't have been able to reach without the two of them specifically?
I mean, the really cool thing is that exactly what you said. I do feel like you learn a lot about who you're playing and who you're being based off of who your parents are, but also to have the actual child as the director of who I'm being is also kind of an interesting version of it too. So you're kind of looking at it through multiple different perspectives all the time. But to have Leslie and Cliff, it was so, I think that you and Raffi did such a brilliant job, because it did feel very on the page of Dora, and it felt like she is a kind of perfect culmination of what that looks like the product of these two people and these two characters. And Method was so, I mean, he's Method Man, he's so cool. So I think we were all kind of starstruck of him a lot of the time.
Don't blame you.
And then Leslie was just so game for any of it, and was so kind of open to exploring that mother-daughter dynamic, and she let me shove her off a bed, which I didn't know would be okay, but she was totally up for. So I think it was just kind of figuring it out, but getting to watch the movie, I was like, I'm so happy. I feel like all of that stuff was kind of poured into it very lovingly.
Very much so. Maude, I wanted to make sure to ask you this particular question. I usually save it for my Collider Ladies Night series, but when you make your first feature as a director, it feels like an important thing to emphasize. Film and television, we give each other awards. I think that's super cool. We should keep on doing that. But I find that no one actually stops and tells themselves good job as much as they should. I want to know something you accomplished making Poetic License that you know you're always going to look back on and say, you know what, really damn proud of what I did there.
I love that question.
I am obsessed with it.
I'm crying.
Wait, I didn't even hear the question because I was so.
Well, is the question about specifically on the set
What
that
you're
she
proud of?
or is it the
what are you
movie?
proud of?
Any part of the process whatsoever you want to choose. I want to see you give yourself credit because you deserve it.
Oh my god!
Do it.
So nice. I've literally never done this. I'm almost like, you idiot. I think I really was very, very intentional about all of the people that I hired in the crew and in the cast. And I think I found a very great group of people and created a really great set, and we were able to thrive. And I think the movie works because of that and how comfortable everyone was. And so that was always my dream, and that's always my dream, as an actor, to have that. And so that was my priority, and I think I did that.
You crushed it.
100%.
And you then led that group of people really,
very
really
well.
beautifully.
But I'm so I threw so much at everyone. We were doing so much improv and alts, and everyone just was incredible. I'm just so lucky to be able to work with all of them. So
I love that answer. Seriously, you should be very proud of that. And the film overall. Before I let you go, we have one more order of business here. So at Collider this year, we're passing notes. Think passing notes in school, but we're passing them from film to film. You all received notes from the cast of Waste Man. I have one specifically for you, Cooper, and then anyone else can read and attempt this one here. And then you're going to pass a note to the next
God.
film. You have to read it.
I have to read it?
Yeah, you do.
This is from David Johnson. Cooper, how many times did you talk about me to Maude?
What? He said you would get it.
I don't. And I feel really terrible to not be getting it right now. How many times did you talk about me to Maude? Oh no. This is awful that I don't
I feel like you talked about him a little bit, though.
I talked about David all the time, but he's clearly referencing something that I'm not getting right now.
is he making a joke thinking maybe you're talking
No, it's got to
smack?
be something
that you're forgetting.
that I'm forgetting that happened probably while we were shooting The Long Walk. Does anyone else have a question while I
He
think
did
about
call
this?
it an inside
There's
joke.
two? Yo, come up
An
with...
inside joke.
A little poem on the spot.
That one's from Tom.
Collider. This has come up with a little poem on the spot of this interview I did.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is Andrew. Andrew's got a.
Andrew, it's gonna have to be you.
You could do that. You're kind of a songstress.
A songstress? Thank you.
Sing it, yeah.
No.
Yo, come up with a little poem on the spot in this interview. I dare you. Do we have to pass on questions after?
We love this movie. We will not hide her. Thank you for speaking to us.
Collider.
I will take it. You passed the test. Now you have to pass notes to the next film. Anybody who wants to write one can.
Nico, let it fly.
The next
we know
film
what's
is
coming
Killing
next?
Castro. They might be in the room now. I feel like they're going to hear your note.
Wait, are we being filmed right now?
Yeah, you're writing.
Wait, when did those cameras get here?
I feel like the initial instincts were spot on there. That's always a good option. While you finish that card, because I have to let you go, again, I'm going to say huge congratulations on Poetic License. Thank you for swinging by and sharing some of your experience with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.